In this video, I want to share with you the exact steps that can get you to a completely new level of spirituality. The thing is that probably if you're watching this, you have been stuck in some kind of you have been stuck in the same place, and you identify as a spiritual person, but you feel that something is lacking. You feel that there is more, but you don't know how to reach it because you have a feeling that you've reached everything. Actually, you have a level of health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, physical health, and you have a level of freedom that you feel like there is not much more that a person can get. And the thing is that those things are great, but the fact that you can travel whenever you want and be wherever you want, and that you meditate and burn sage, doesn't really make you a spiritual person. Now, maybe you are going to think, oh, okay, that feels uncomfortable, but that's the truth. So I first want to tell you how I relate to this. Um, I have been stuck in this level of identifying myself as a spiritual person, and really doing the things that I felt were, what a spiritual person would do. Um, and I was really trying my best, not only trying my best, but like really holding myself to a certain standard, um, of how I was treating people, and what I was doing, what I was investing my energy into. And um, about 2 years now, I discovered family constellations therapy, and it kind of like I felt like, yeah, I'm not sure, because I've done a lot of those things. When I say those things, I mean um, energy healing therapies, like all of that. Um, and I was kind of doing something mine, and I wanted to continue doing something mine, and I was really not. Let's say that my tolerance was very limited, around how much I want to, even hear someone's opinion, or even meet people um, that are spiritual, that are into healing, that, I don't know, are into therapy. I went through that. I was actually doing those things for some years, and at some point I got really tired of it, and I realized that I needed to do my thing. So yeah, when I discovered family constellations therapy, I was kind of like, well, it's just another thing. But well, something was calling me, and I first ignored this call some time, and then when it came back, I thought, well, I'm just gonna give it a shot, and it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go there one time, see what it's about, and that's it. Get it over with. And I did I did Constellate the first time that I went, and the experience was unlike anything else that I've tried. And the first night, actually, I didn't sleep at all, and I was analyzing every single thing that happened. Um, and it was really amazing. The things that came out were amazing. And I thought, you know, this is something that I want to do. And not only that, but this is something that is going to heal me. Like, this is going to bring it home. And I just felt it. And I didn't know how long that would take. I didn't know, but I just felt like that's it. And I finally found, after trying everything, I finally found the thing that is going to help me reach what I'm looking for. And, well, spoiler alert, that's exactly what happened. But something that I discovered in the constellations was that my anxiety, that I was aware of in terms of, well, I have anxious attachment style, but that's it. I realized that my anxiety actually came from the time that was before I was born. And that really changed a lot of things, because when you think about it, it changes everything. It changes, I mean, imagine it from a perspective of a mother giving a birth to a child that is anxious. And of course, the child doesn't know it and can't do anything about it. And the mother doesn't know it and can't understand it. Like, even imagine that that's not the case of my mother, but imagine a mother that is, emotionally intelligent and is able to emotionally regulate herself and is emotionally overall healthy, giving a birth to an anxious child. It must be really, really hard. There must be a lot of, crying and unexplicable, emotions going on. And if it's hard for the mother, and the child is helpless because it's just a newborn, imagine what that does to their connection. And that was really something that, for me, it changed a lot. As a matter of fact, I had a very ruptured connection with my mother that I was not aware of at all. And that's something that really made me understand how much this can help people and how much a generational trauma and generational baggage that we inherit is actually playing out in our lives, and we are not aware of it at all. And this is something that traditional therapy cannot address. This is something that I was in therapy for 3 years, and it was amazing. I wouldn't change a thing. Like, I learned so much about, myself, and I learned so much about therapy itself. I learned so much about people's behaviors and about the patterns that we have. But that kind of therapy can only reach as far as you can remember, which, for example, also for someone who had a traumatic childhood, and I'm not even talking about very traumatic experiences. I'm talking about more or less the kind of trauma that most of the millennials had, and we are just becoming aware of it now. So I'm talking about, parents being emotionally unavailable or immature, or, you know, um, yeah, in any case, living and growing up in an environment where um, our emotional needs were not really met, uh, because it was a different generation, and because our parents are more concerned in giving us security and, providing us what we need to kind of build a safe life for ourselves, rather than taking care of our emotional landscape. Um, so what I want to say is, these things, like how we grew up. uh, for example, I don't have a lot of memories from my childhood, and that's one of trauma responses. So imagine going to therapy for 3 years and working just on the things that you can remember, that you can work on and recall, and I mean, it's very, very limited. And all respect to that, like I think a lot of things can be worked in therapy, should be worked in therapy, but it's just like therapy cannot reach the level that is needed to really heal. And that's because most of the things that, like, if you have problems that are in the loop that repeat themselves, the chances are like 99.9% that this is generational trauma and it has nothing to do with you. So it's very important to address that. And family constellations are the best way to address it, because it is so simple, and it is so available to anyone. And it's just, it happens instantly. It gives you results within the same session. It gives you results within one session. It's incredible. And I think this is something that can truly help people who are willing to and want to work on themselves, and want to reach a level of not only I don't know, not only financial and geographical and time freedom, but like truly freedom from inside, to feel free from inside. Because if you're watching this, the chances are that you're living a life that whoever is looking at you from the outside, they say, wow, you got it all. But you still feel that there is something from inside that is like empty, or that you don't even know how to start. You don't even know uh, you don't even know what it is. And probably you have, you're people pleasing, you are uh, positive, you like people, you are sociable, are you are disciplined in the spiritual work that you do with yourself, in the practices that you do. And probably there is some anxiety, and probably you it's hard for you to set boundaries, and all of that can be addressed with family constellations, and it's literally one step away. But it's not for everyone. It's not for someone who doesn't feel comfortable feeling confronted with a different perspective on what's going on. um, yeah, it's not for someone who doesn't like to be confronted, who doesn't want to be confronted with a different kind of truth that the one that they believe is the only truth. um, but if you want to reach uh, a higher or a rather deeper level of spirituality, of self-discovery, of actually it's not a discovery, it's rather like an uncovering. um, if you want to reach a deeper level of integrity, of wholeness, of your sense of worth, family constellations can give you that in literally one session. Do you know of any other technique or type of therapy that gives you literally instant results, especially if it addresses generational trauma or generational baggage? I would love to know that. I don't know of any other technique that gives such instant results. So if you know, please comment and let me know. And yeah, I would like to hear your thoughts on what I just shared. Bye.